What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And before we get started, please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily. Stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to hear what you all have to say about these topics. And ladies and sports fans and gentlemen, we got to talk about the New York Football Jets. As they have just fired General Manager Joe Douglas in another mind-boggling decision. If you are a real, I'm not gonna say real, that sounds offensive. If you are a straightforward thinking NFL fan, as the New York Jets have been on a bit of a clown show recently. Last month they fired head coach Robert Saleh, and after, I believe, I can't recall what team they had just lost to, maybe the Broncos, I can't recall exactly, but it was all Aaron Rodgers' fault. Aaron Rodgers was the fall man, and to cover up his mistakes, they took down the head coach. You know, they made him the scapegoat. And from that point on, I believe the New York Jets are 1-6 since firing Robert Saleh. And I don't really like using the word karma. You know what I mean? But if there was ever such a thing, this is it, because what else can we blame it on? The New York Jets are a crap show. And the owner, Woody Johnson, I'm not sure if he knows what he's doing. I know he comes from the Johnson & Johnson family. Whatever they do, I'm familiar with them as far as the baby lotion and the backs, but I don't know if there's any expertise in that Johnson family when it comes to the NFL and NFL football, because the New York Jets have just been a clown show. And I think that the answer is easy. You have to get rid of Aaron Rodgers. And I'm saying this as a Green Bay Packers fan. The last good season Aaron Rodgers had was like 2020, y'all. And I'm not disrespecting Aaron, but everybody time comes. You know, I'm not going to be able to be a sports journalist forever. You know, nor can Aaron Rodgers be an NFL quarterback forever. You know, we all have our time. There's a season for everything. And it's just becoming more and more obvious to me that the New York Jets are not willing to address the issue head on. They are so all in on Aaron Rodgers that they're firing anybody and everybody except him. Now, your options are few, of course. If you bench Aaron Rodgers, where do you go from there? Especially with all of the expectation and hype going into not just this season, but even last season when he first arrived. Everybody expected Aaron Rodgers to deliver a Super Bowl to New York, excuse me. And of course, that was cut short last year after 4 plays getting injured. In the opening game versus the Buffalo Bills, but it's just it's just ridiculous, you know. And I feel ashamed myself because I defended Aaron Rodgers for the longest time, especially during his injury last season. I told everyone just to give him a chance. You know, I know his last few years was crap. I know his last few years with us was crap, and I was just kind of, giving him a chance, one more redemption chance anyway, to get back on his feet. Excuse me. But this season has shown that Aaron Rodgers is washed, man, and I hate to say that myself. As the New York Jets are getting the exact same production out of Aaron Rodgers, surprisingly enough, that they got out of Zach Wilson last year, their number 2 pick, I believe, from the 2021 or 2020 draft, one of those two. I believe Zach Wilson is now with the Denver Broncos. But the New York Jets are getting the exact same production out of Aaron Rodgers. Legendary Hall of Fame, Super Bowl winning quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. They're getting the same production as they was getting out of a guy that's a proverbial backup. And I just think that firing Joe Douglas, who, to his credit, was able to bring Hassan Reddick on board, get that contract situation negotiated and figured out. I think that was a big glaring issue for the New York Jets in that pass rush. And I just think it's unfortunate that Joe Douglas is going to be the fall guy, because Aaron Rodgers can't get the job done. The New York Jets, I was going to clown them last week. I believe they lost to the Arizona Cardinals in a very embarrassing fashion. I can't recall. I think they only put up 6 points that game. Hold on, let me look that up real quick because I wanted to clown the New York Jets for that. New York Jets schedule. They just recently lost to the Indianapolis Colts 28-27 as Anthony Richardson, who has been ridiculed, benched again for Joe Flacco. This kid had the game of his life versus the New York Jets. I'm not going to say game of his life, but a very impressive game, if I do say so myself. Yes, they lost 31-6 to the Cardinals last week, and then take another loss to the lowly Indianapolis Colts, who are surprisingly 5-6. After this game with the Jets, they are somehow, some way still in the mix. But for me, the New York Jets, with all of the talent, all of the expectation, you can't take a loss to these kind of teams. And I'm not disrespecting the Cardinals. I'm not disrespecting the Indianapolis Colts. But the Patriots have also, the Jets have also lost to the Patriots, who are in full rebuild mode. So much so they're not even fully dedicated or fully committed to starting their, new era rookie quarterback Drake May. Now they have, and Drake May has been balling, if I do say so myself, as he just defeated, last week he defeated the Chicago Bears. Appreciate that, Drake. And then this week, I think the Patriots might have been on the bye. I'm not sure, but the New York Jets lost to them too. So the season, but this is also the worst start in Aaron Rodgers' NFL career. And it's just another telltale sign that it may be time for Aaron to hang it up. I did see a report where he was kind of flirting with the idea of coming back next season, but if it's going to be more of this, I'd rather Aaron Rodgers not. Personally, I'd rather he not. Unless they show us something these last 7 weeks, I don't want to hear nothing about the New York Jets because at this point it's just bad loss after bad loss. And every time we think they're turning the corner, like after the firing of Robert Salah, they went 1-6 since they've done that. So 1-5, one of the two. The only team they beaten was the Texans, who have been looking good but also shaky themselves. They didn't beat the Bills or the Ravens or anybody like that to like a real signature win. No, they beat the Houston Texans with a sophomore quarterback. Not making excuses for the Texans, but if you beat the Texans, that's okay. that's not a bad win at all, but it's not the best win at all either. But again, the Jets have no signature wins this season, and they are now 3-8. And where do you go now? They have an interim GM who will be doing his due diligence to look for the next GM, and so there's going to be all kind of when the GM is supposed to be focusing on making the team better, for the foreseeable future. The Jets will be wasting time looking for a guy to fulfill that job, which is going to hinder them even more, in my opinion. But we shall see. We shall see how this goes. Unfortunately, we are reporting this news. Joe Douglas has been terminated. And he was in the final year of his contract, which is crazy. That's so unfortunate. But it is what it is. I'm pretty sure he'll land back on his feet after the move that he's made with the New York Jets. Just unfortunately, things didn't work out, but he has recruited some elite, top, young talent over there. So I'm sure he'll find another job pretty soon. And it's the same for Robert Salah. I think that they'll both these gentlemen will land on their feet because quiet is kept. When Robert Salah was there, that defense was top 3, top 5, definitely top 10. You couldn't tell me that the New York Jets defense under Robert Salah, all 3, 4, whatever, how long he was there, all those years, the New York Jets defense was top tier, and now they suck. They truly do suck. They had to move the defensive coordinator over to coaching. So I'm sure that takes away some resources and some time that he could be dedicating towards the defense. But also, you got rid of a defensive coach, a defensive guru in Robert Salah. So, man, it's just all bad for the Jets. Where do you go from here? But that's all I got for y'all on this one. Please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content.